Alrighty, let's talk about some running backs that are probably going to get a little screwed over on the upcoming draft night. But before we get into that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos just like this one to help you with your fantasy football season. All right, Kyle, let's get into some of these running backs who are primed to get screwed over on draft night. Who's your first one here?
Yeah, so my first one is Chuba Hubbard. And I know, and there's a few of these guys we're going to talk about. People are kind of buying in, thinking, oh, hey, new starters. We can maybe get them a little cheaper. Well, let's tell you why that's not the case. And we'll start with Chuba Hubbard, is because he was not that good of a running back. It's just the only competition they brought in last year was Miles Sanders, who somehow was worse. Which was surprising, honestly. I think everybody expected Miles Sanders to go in there and do really well and get full workloads, essentially. That didn't happen. He got jumped by Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard was getting, I don't know the percentage, but most of the carries, most of the touches in that backfield by the end of the year. And he wasn't super great with them. And he never has been that great. When he had to play when McCaffrey got hurt, he wasn't great. He was okay at best.
Yep.
And so I really think this year in the draft, I think Carolina comes out of it with a running back that, if doesn't take over the starting job from Hubbard, will at least push him for carries in a pretty good split. So I'm not buying into Chuba Hubbard as, a workhorse running back or nothing like that.
Yeah, this is kind of a long string of called it or I told you so for me, right? So like McCaffrey shipped out of town, Chuba Hubbard didn't buy into him. He wasn't that good, right? Okay, Miles Sanders comes in. Everyone gets excited. Miles Sanders. Well, Miles Sanders wasn't trusted by the Eagles. They never trusted him to be their lead back. So why now would he come to Carolina on a worse team and all of a sudden be the stud, right?
Yeah.
So much so that, like you said, Chuba Hubbard took over, and it's just like it's Chuba Hubbard's still the same old Chuba Hubbard that I wasn't buying into when CMC left. So they've got two very mediocre backs there, and they need something more explosive on that offense. They need a better offensive line, but a better offensive line isn't really going to help these backs. They are just mediocre. They're going to need to go after something else in this draft, and I think they will.
Yeah, I completely agree.
All right, who's your next guy then?
Number 2, and there's been even more hype around this guy, is Zamir White.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs gets shipped off to Green Bay, and everybody's like, oh, Zamir White's the guy. No, he's not. He's not going to be. I think they'll come again. I think the Raiders will come out of this draft with another running back on their roster that will, push to split, depending on how early they go. Zamir White's not a very good running back. He did okay in a couple of spot starts last year, but they definitely don't want him being their number one guy. So I think they'll go fairly early for running back and find somebody that can carry that load. I know it's not a great running back class, but it doesn't have to be to replace Zamir White as the starting running back. So I definitely am not running out to buy Zamir White as a potential starting running back, workhorse running back for my fantasy team.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that no one that I play in leagues with is watching this video, right? Because I have Zamir White, and I'm trying to trade him while there's any sort of value. I'm desperately trying to trade him before draft night right now because I think that they are going to probably get a back, and it's going to take any sort of buzz, or excitement going on for Zamir White right now, sitting atop that depth chart. I mean, it's just going to be zapped from him, right? Then everyone's going to be on the rookie and how good the rookie is. I was already bummed when they got Alexander Madison. I mean, that's a pretty big hit, right? Yeah. So I know Madison's not the greatest, but it's still a big hit to Zamir White being that starting back, getting the workload. And then who's their other guy? Amir Abdullah. And he got some work last year. So it's just over Zamir White a lot of the time. So I don't know. It's just Zamir White right now is a shiny little toy that I'm trying to trade. While he has any value left, I don't see him being this workhorse back that Josh Jacobs was there for the Raiders.
Yeah, you made a good point. You said the word buzz. Like, you've got to use this buzz to your advantage. If you believe in him, great. Good for you. Sit on him, whatever you want to do. But I'm using this hype and this buzz right now to try to get as much as I can for him.
Yes.
But I'm not going to push it so that I make sure I get a good deal for him before draft night. Because if they do take somebody on draft night, you're screwed. You're stuck. That's happened to me in the past with Michael Carter when they drafted Breece Hall, with Algier when they took Bijan. And every year there's somebody with a better running back than a Zamir White that takes a running back and screws over somebody. So I'm just saying, don't let it be you.
and let's be honest, even if they don't take a running back during draft night, I'm still selling Zamir White.
Yeah, same.
So let's just be honest there. There's just going to be more value now before the draft, but even after the draft, if they don't get somebody, I'm still selling Zamir White. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, and well, same goes for Chuba Hubbard too.
Yes, I'm getting rid of these guys for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Now,
all right.
On our last guy, though, I'm not selling him if they don't. I'm not selling him probably regardless, honestly.
Yeah.
This is more of a warning to, like, he's not going to be – if someone is trying to give you a king's ransom for Kyren Williams, go ahead and take it.
Yep.
Like, I know he's a stud. You want a stud on your deal. I don't think he gets the same workloads going into next season that he had this year. I think they also come out of the draft with a running back. Even if he's a backup, splits some carries, whatever, I think Kyren Williams' workload takes a hit this year. He's still going to be a really good running back for your fantasy team, though. So this guy's a little bit different. Like, I'm not sprinting to sell, but I am tempering my expectations for sure going into next year. And I'm not running out and buying him at a king's ransom because I know he's going to take that ding. So,
yeah, you said it right. Like, I'm probably not getting rid of Kyren, but you should definitely temper those expectations. We're talking about a guy who's getting, 30 touches a game. In the direction that the NFL is moving, where almost every team has two good running backs, right? They're splitting time, and it's trying to keep these guys healthy. It's trying to extend their careers a little bit, trying to pay them a little less. They're to become a little bit more replaceable and interchangeable. So that when they switch him out for series, they're not really losing anything. So I feel like they've got to do that for Kyren Williams. There's no way that they're just going to lean on this one running back on this one team. Like, he's this outlier in the NFL all of a sudden. Like, I don't see that happening, right? So they're probably going to bring someone in to at least split some time off of Kyren Williams. So, yes, he's doing fine, but he's not going to get you, looking at it, 20 to 35 points a game is not going to be sustainable. So temper those expectations. I think after draft night, they're going to bring in another running back, and it's really going to bring down those numbers that he's been producing in fantasy for you.
Yeah. So, Kyren's less of a sell and more of a just buyer beware.
Yep. Don't pay that king's ransom for him.
Yeah.
Don't be on that end of it.